Hello and welcome to this short Numeritas guide on how to use the filter function. The filter function is another of Excel's newer functions, so you may not be as familiar with it as other functions. In this video I will give you a short explanation on how to use this function and then explain how we might use it in a financial modelling scenario. For this first example, I have a list of different investments with their corresponding investment managers and values. This list is quite short, however, in an actual scenario there may be a lot more which would be harder to manage. We can use the filter function to create a new list of investments which are managed by a certain manager, such as manager 3. For the formula, we need to type filter and opening brackets. Now you can see that there are two arguments required and one optional argument. The first argument requires the array which you would like to filter. This could be a list, or in this case it is the 10 times 3 area which we would like to recreate. We can easily anchor this array by pressing the F4 key. The next argument, include, requires you to write a formula for the rows you want to include. In this case, we want to include investments that are managed by manager 3. So we need to select the investment manager column, column D in our table, and we want this to equal to cell 9, where we have specified manager 3. Again, we can lock the cells using the F4 key. The final argument is optional, but this is used to display something else if no investments meet this criteria. In this case, I would like the formula to return the string no investment. As this is a text string, I'll need to include this in speech marks. You can now see the new filtered list of investments managed by manager 3. If we updated the formula to filter for manager 4 instead, you can see that the text string no investments is shown instead, as there are no investments managed by manager 4. Next, I'm going to show you a scenario when we might use the filter function in a financial model. In this example of a simple investment, there are cash flows of 200k investment per quarter for the first year and 100k distributions per quarter for the following 3 years, with the timing of the investments at the beginning of the quarter and at the end of the quarter for distributions. In the calculations section, you can see that with the help of the payment flags, the cash flows are laid out across the timeline. You can then use the XIRR function to calculate the internal rate of return of these investments, which is currently 21.25%. The issue with the XIRR function, though, is that the cash flows need to start with a negative value or it returns 0. Therefore, if I change the payment timing from the beginning of the quarter to the end of the quarter for the investments, the first cash flow is now 0, and therefore the IRR returns 0, which we know is not true. If we use the filter function with the IRR function instead, like below, this does not error out as we filter out any cash flows that are not 0. Let's recreate this formula. In the XIRR formula, we firstly need to select the cash flows. So we will use the filter function to select the cash flow array and filter for when they are not equal to 0. So first we need to select the cash flow array and filter for when these are not equal to 0. In the second argument of the XIRR formula, we need to select the dates and again filter for when the cash flows are not equal to 0. So firstly we need to select the dates. And filter for when the cash flows are not equal to 0. You can see now that we have calculated the IRR at 23.34%, even though the first cash flow is not a negative value. I hope you found this video on the filter function helpful. Thanks for watching.